Hello everyone, so the patch that we have been waiting for ages has arrived, 0.2G, and they did at least keep their promise of whatever they said. And so if you ever showed up on streams, you might recall that I was trying to grind the Atlas points in a solo self-found way for reasons unknown to everyone, including myself. Something triggered in me and I want to do them on my own. And as you can see, I did an okay job. The Arbiter, this is where I will be giving the project up. I'm not going to do this solo self-found. I will receive help here. And as you can see, the Simulacrum is missing. So the Simulacrum was on 2 points up until very recently, because it was insanely difficult. I had tried once and I died on difficulty 1. So I managed difficulty 0 barely, and then I did difficulty 1 and I died on wave 10, which is the most narrow strip. It's very hard. So now Simulacrum has been nerfed in 3 different ways. First of all, guys, the delirium is not as much, right? So it starts off from 75% at difficulty 0 and arrives at 115% at difficulty 4, as opposed to 100% ranging up to 140%, right? On top of that, it would ramp up faster, right? You would start from 40 or 50%, even on difficulty 0 from the get-go, and it would climb to top level on wave 10, forcing you to complete 6 stages on max delirium level. Now that's just not like that. It starts off somewhere and it gets increased by 5% each wave. So you only have to clear the last level in the highest difficulty, right? It's always going up by 5% like clockwork. And the third nerf is, when you start the wave, there are some bonuses the monsters are getting, right? Just like Waystones, but different bonuses. So those have been toned down as well, and as you can see, I have managed to do it 2 more times. Right now I have 6 points. So this is the conclusion of my solo self-found Atlas points journey. And yeah, so what we will be doing obviously is Simulacrum difficulty 0, and after that, because I will be scrapping the project after this, if we can manage this, I'm going to buy a Simulacrum and try difficulty 4 to see if it works. So guys, my build has been exactly the same since the video, because I didn't deem it S tier, right? I did share with you guys, this is an A tier build. I didn't do any further investment, so I have not been getting stronger by any means. It's the same build as in the video. Okay, let's go. So if I'm getting this right, it's going to start off at 35% and it will climb 5% per wave until 105%. Let's see. Don't be deceived by the revive right. So I have an additional revive right here, as you can see. But the problem is, guys, they did something really not very smart. Let me try to be polite. And what it does is you respawn in the middle of the gang of monsters that has just killed you, right? And you move a muscle, you die immediately again. So what they should have done is they should have 35% is correct. What they should have done is, I would say, they should restart the wave, right? Because right now it says that you have the revive rights, but you don't. So guys, I think the revive rights stuff is done a little bit badly here, because guys, so for example, Breach, you run through a short gauntlet and then you engage the boss. In Audience with the King, you just literally engage the boss. In Expedition, there is some stuff to do, but when you find the boss, it's just a regular boss fight. In this place, it's entirely different. And another thing is, guys, in order to help us, in air quotes, They have removed all the XP that's being gained from these places. Also, they have removed the experience penalty from these places. But the problem is, guys, as you can obviously see, right, and this is going to be 15 waves. So this is a huge source of XP, right? I literally designed my AFK Simulacrum farmer for this purpose last season, and I got to 97 doing only Simulacrums. That's how much XP they give. Because, guys, imagine, Audience with the King. Well, there is no XP there. There's just the boss, and they give a very little amount of XP. And as you can see, it ramped up to 40%. Next wave is going to be 45%, and so on. And we will finally be arriving at 105% at the end. And so the revive rights actually help you there, because there is just one boss, and you get a fresh go at the boss, right? That's fine. But in here, as I said, guys, imagine these guys gang up on me and kill me. I'm going to spawn smack in the middle of them. Okay? Now 45%, and so on, as I said, all the way to 105%. So these are easy, guys. I am a little bit bold, as you can see, standing out in the open. That's not a very good strategy, especially for a Deadeye, right? Or an Amazon, for that matter. What you generally want to be doing is something like this. Right? You go into a corner, so you will not be able to be attacked from all points, but the direction that you are firing at least. How am I missing that guy? Oh, it was proximate target bullet. Okay. Let me just grab this. There is auto cleaning here, which I like, guys. Just drop it on the ground, and when you press next wave, they are all going to get removed. Okay. Where is it? It's here then? Okay. Yeah. So change of scenery every few times if you are not familiar. So, and this was the hardest content in the entire game, guys, before its nerf. As you can see, they started taking quite a few hits. That guy there is getting on my nerves. Okay. So, guys, at these earlier levels, there is a chance for bosses spawning, but it's a low chance. And if you get a boss, most of the time it will be just one boss. The Delirium bosses are the ones here. Are the ones that you encounter in maps. They are not real bosses per se, but the problem comes from the extreme damage reduction bonus that they get, right, as the Delirious racks up. I would say for us, wave 10 would be the first dangerous one. And we should be face rolling these. Delirium is not very high. And guys, wave 10 is dangerous, not only because of the Delirium level racking up high, also because whoa, that's a lot of drops. Shall I? That's a tier 3, I suppose I should take a look at it. Armor requirements. 50 life, probably not. 4 XP wall wraps. No wall wraps. No. Yeah, guys, generally what you want to do is with a character like this, you want to go into a remote corner so you can be not engaged by everything. So guys, for example, right now I will be not attacked by the monsters that are being spawned up north, right? I'm a little bit too far from them, so they do not detect my presence and they will not come attack me. And of course that takes a bit of a load off. The small knockback from the galvanic can be annoying. There were no spawns there, right? But if there were spawns, we would have been rid of them. Desert crossbow, shall I take a look? No. Grab that. I should have some ID scrolls in the inbox here. I'm running out definitely. Definitely carry ID scrolls in here, guys. The drops are going to be too numerous. Okay, so guys, this is again a nice corner. As you can see, I'm not being able to attack from the north or the east. And as I said, because I'm firing my shots in a wide arc, I'm firing at everyone that comes at me. This is a nice little corner. Wow, we are getting so many boss spawns. Yeah, after I shock the boss, I just switch to, shock burst rounds. Keep in mind that shock burst rounds doesn't almost do anything when the target is not shocked. Whoa, they actually broke through my energy shield, eh? Okay. Belt. No. Wand, scepter. No. No, quiver, okay. Wave 8. The dangerous wave is coming, guys. So guys, weapons. In the last season I actually forgo off the practice of picking up weapons. I was not picking up any weapon except for wands. Because the problem is, guys, weapons are a little bit too much of a hit or miss, right? I mean, you pick up 1,000 weapons and one of them is going to be maybe like 10 divine and everything else is going to be worth 0. Because thing is, people want damage from their weapons, and if your damage is not up to par, that guy is getting on the nerves. Okay, where is it? If your damage is not on par, it's going to be worthless. Wall wraps tier 3, obviously. Okay, guys. This is the last easy wave that we have. Again, I'll just go to a corner. So you might notice that my energy shield is filling a little bit fast. If you are not familiar with the build, we have Eternal Youth Keystone passive, which prevents our energy shield from regenerating, but it gives us the right to drink our flasks, and the flask fills the energy shield, the life flasks specifically. So I am filling my energy shield with my life flask. That's why I can fill it so fast. Why is there always some guy that I can't shoot in literally my face? Okay, so this is the problematic one. As you can see, guys, it's very narrow. It's pretty annoying. Okay. And this nuke here isn't as safe as you think it was. Okay, let's see. Let me try this again. So last time I was here, guys, before the nerfs, this was 110% delirious, and that of course was making quite a difference in their lifespan. Right, they were living for much longer, which allowed them to gang up on me. As you can see, we are not allowing that. They still can inflict damage though. See? And it should go to half. Okay, we made it out alive. Whoa! What? Guys, I have a relatively strict filter. So the reason that my filter is spamming me with all these blue items is, guys, they are very high level and therefore they can roll everything. Right? That's why it's shoving them to me. Okay, so what do I do? That's actually a lot, isn't it? Well, let's take a look at the weapons. I want to make room. Go. Oh! I was going to throw it to the ground. Just so. It's +5 lightning. Let me see how much this is worth. It's already worth a divine. Ooh. Okay, so you're staying. Off you go. Okay, so what do I do? Guys, you have to be a little bit faster than I am with the loot. Oh, yes, I was keeping that. Sleek jacket. Let's take a look at the weapons. So guys, weapons are generally going to be thrown to the ground. See? I mean, I have room for no prefixes whatsoever. Yeah. 300 DPS is not going to do it. Fanatic Great Hammer, it's going to be garbage as well because weapons are garbage here. So guys, it's a very good idea to think about not picking weapons from the ground at all, right? I am slowly arriving at that because guys, last season whatever I picked and this season whatever I picked, I never hit divines, right? I mean, I got like 10 exalted, 15 exalted maybe. Weapons are extremely hard to sell because, you know, you want all the prefixes to line up properly so you can have decent damage. Okay. So these are the last two waves where a boss spawn isn't guaranteed, but of course it's a level 11, so bosses spawn with a high probability, but you know, they could just not spawn at all. There's that chance. The idea is, guys, you have to kill the guys before a fresh batch spawns, right? That's the general idea. If you can do that, you should generally be able to, okay, but you know, if their number is increasing over time, it's gonna go bad. And as you can see, not a single boss, right? Yeah, not one boss. Is that 82? It should be 82, right? If that's 82, we want that one. So guys, what does 82 matter? If you have seen my recent video about the crafting, 82s can roll 41 to 45 resistances, right? Eye level 81 helmets cannot roll that, but 82 can. Okay, let me do the stash. Let me just... Okay. Let's just do that here, guys. I don't wanna bother myself. Let's just do it all, right? Save a little bit of time. And I would definitely suggest that you turn off the first emotion. It's worthless, and you know, you get millions. This one, ire, just turn it off on your filter. Okay, let's go. Wave 12. I'm gonna assume my position and start melting faces. So at this point, we should have arrived at 85% of this. We should be on 85% of this now, and next wave is going to be 90. I was chatting too much and I took damage there. Yeah, see, it's not as safe as it you would think it would be, right? This is preventing nothing. Those guys from the south can fire at me. Okay, so this was lucky. We got no bosses here, I think. Oh no, we did. Okay. But you know, my strategy worked. Okay, shock him, switch, and dead. Dead? No, not dead. Dead now. Fear. Okay, and as you can see, guys, this is not bad. So, because I have not bought these ever, right? I don't know how much they cost, but you know, I don't know how simulacrums cost, but you know, last season they were costing around 100 exalted when divines were like 500, and you were always able to get more out of this place than what you invested. Sadly though, guys, one of the big money makers has been removed, in air quotes. What's the name? The flask is worthless now because they have removed restores all mana when you use this. Okay. Can I enter here? Okay. So guys, wave 13, 14 and 15, we are getting double boss spawns 100%. It's not on the table, right? We can't get lucky anymore. They will both spawn. But the thing is, guys, I'm hoping they will not be able to reach me in this corner, so I can engage them on their own or with a few trash around instead of, you know, with all the trash ganking me and spawning in my face. I guess I was correct here. Okay. So let me try my proper boss killing protocol. Okay. Yeah, I mean they are nothing. Then I can do my stuff, right? But when I'm being swarmed by millions of monsters, then I can't do it. So, hence the strategy. Razor quarterstaff. I'm not even going to pick it up. So this is the one chest with the highest evasion in the game. So guys, you could get a little surprised about that. You're going to say it's required level 70. Shouldn't the level 75 one be better? So guys, what they did was they did give level 75 ones nice implicits, and the stuff is the implicit provides value and therefore takes away some of the potential, and this is the highest evasion chest in the game, right? Those 2700 evasion chests, etc. that you see are always going to be slip strike vest. Okay, see, it's already dropped, see? So this is the best evasion chest in the game, guys, level 75, as you can see, but the problem is that it does have element threshold as the implicit. So okay, so guys, let's go. Wave 14, almost there. No, let me go into the corner. Okay, and guys, I have not gone over it, so if I can make it out of this wave. See guys, I have started falling a little bit short. You see this? At some point they were ganging up on me, right? I was killing them slower than they were spawning. It's generally a formula for disaster, but the corner is, I think, saving me a little bit here. Okay, just a sec. So now we should be able to engage the bosses without any trash or with very little trash. So guys, if you recall the build guide, what we do is we shock them and we nuke them with shock burst rounds. And this Stormcaller arrow inflicts the nastiest shock possible, but normally when I'm doing the wave, I don't really bother, but I can here, I think. Okay. It has a nasty habit of missing though, as you can see, or maybe I'm missing. See? Okay. Now I got it, and he should be becoming toast very quickly. Okay, we got him. We missed the curse. And the beauty of this is, guys, the shock from the Stormcaller arrow, not only it's much more potent because normally, guys, shock is 20% only. And another problem with the default shock is that it's 4 seconds only. The amped up shock is, I think, like 16 seconds and it's 48%, so huge. Okay, slip strike vest. Oh, that's very good. And guys, take a look at this. This is tier 8 out of tier 11 flat evasion roll, right? So, we could have a lot of evasion here. We should keep this. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Sacred Focus, Conjurer Metal. Conjurer Metal, shall I take a look at it? Okay, let me just take a look. Ah, 27. Okay, and last one. So guys, let's take a look at the bonuses. 30% more life, 20% increased damage, monsters are armored, blah blah. So this used to be like, I think 80% or something. The monster damage would have been around like 50%. So these also have been nerfed. And as I said, 105% now. I'm running to my corner. Hey. Oh, whoa. And guys, I was body blocked. I tried rolling out of my corner when that nasty thingy came at me. I couldn't because I was body blocked, Okay, this is bad. I had to leave my corner. Okay, whoa. Okay. So we have a lot of problems, and the owner of Resurgence saved me, in case you missed that. Do these have proximal tangibility? They are giving a lot of grief. I mean, guys, this was a very unlucky wave. Okay, the bleed is insane, right? We definitely don't want to bleed on us. Yeah, I mean, guys, okay, we have another attempt, and this time it's gonna be useful for once. Okay. Yeah. So the bleed is insane, guys. Yeah, and you know, so I'm gonna sound a little bit funny here, but guys, who am I blaming for that death? I am going to blame GGG for this death, and you know why? Because they screwed us over with the patch that is bringing more charm slots to the belts. So guys, I had bought this beautiful belt. Take a look at this, it's pretty nice, right? I mean, 20 chaos resistance, 35 5, 40 lightning. And thing is, they released the patch and the charm slots remained as one because only newly rolled belts had the charm slot as an implicit. I was thinking about divining this to get the 3 charm slots and I couldn't. So I have a lot of deaths because of GGG screwing me over, right? Okay, so yeah. So guys, when you are tucking yourself into a corner, sadly, we have that little problem of oh, I do have it already. Okay. You have that little problem of those plants, those volatile crags, that sort of stuff can be a problem because you are tucked into a corner and most of the time you will be surrounded by enemies, which means most of the time you won't be able to roll out of that place. So yeah. Okay. Also, Omen of Resurgence saving big time. Okay, let's just do the loot here. There's no need for this one. Okay. Okay, let's not waste too much time on this because I did say we were going to try. Okay, let me just put the currency in and it's time to discover how much just put it all in. But guys, yeah, not a very good sign, right? So thing is, the delirium will rank up higher. Let me see how much the video has been going on. 30 minutes, maybe we can call it. I don't have a very good feeling about it. And also let me distribute it and conclude this project. Okay guys, so Simulacrum done, Ritual done, base points done, and this is done by finding 15 nexuses, right? Before the patch, it was extremely painful. Breach done, an expedition done, and normal boss points done. Arbiter is not done, but yeah, Arbiter, I will have to receive help from my fellow players. I will have to buy the fragments because you can't really farm a lot of fragments from the maps anymore because they have reduced the amount of waystone find we get in the maps. So there is that. Yeah, I will have to conclude this part, and I'm not going to conclude this part with this character. I want to respect this character into a spear version. Yeah. So yeah, let's grab the loot. Yeah. So that is the, I would say, successful conclusion of the solo self-found Atlas projects grind, guys. I mean, I would have gone until the end with the arbiter, etc. But yeah. So guys, now what you can do is, if you recall my videos from season 0, you were able to get 4 fragments from maps when they were juiced up enough, right? Now what you can do is, most of the time you will be just getting 1. If you have a very powerful character and if you go for a very nasty map, you can get like 2 if you're lucky. You know, back then we were getting 3, and if you were lucky you were getting 4. Now you will be getting 1 most of the time, and if you're lucky you can get 2. And thing is, it is going to require a powerful character, right? Most characters won't be able to handle it. Why, guys? Because on a map, let me just show you very quick and conclude this video. As you can see, 25%, etc., right? And good maps, 95%. So the thing is, if you corrupt a map with Wow Orb and turns all the prefixes into suffixes, you know, creating the nastiest maps possible, the Waystone drop chance is capped by 300%, right? And it's also capped. It cannot get past 300%. In season 0, it would go up to about 800% or so. Yeah, and you know, we had much more towers, and we would spam the towers with 20% increased Waystone fine irrigated tablets, and you could get like 1,200, 1,300% increased Waystone fine. Now you can't even get close. I mean, if you get 500%, that's pretty good, and then you'll be getting 2, right? So yeah, that's about it. So I'm not going to push the arbiter one solo, and I think the death in here and our suffering kind of means that Simulacrum 4 will be rather painful. I'm not going to say impossible. We can do it, I would say, but it's going to be painful. It will require lucky spawns, etc. And yeah, there is no reason to push because it's not going to give me any Atlas points. So yeah, guys, that's it. I hope you liked it. So, you know, my main goal in mind was, if you missed the patch notes, it's time to give the Simulacrum another chance because it's much more handleable now. And I'll see you in the next. Bye-bye.